right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with my man, Coach Red. The annual, maybe one or two rare interviews that you do every year. Very rare, but you got to do it.
Yeah, we got to do it one time for the one time.
Well, I always appreciate you,
Thanks.
blessing me with your insight.
Thanks.
Big fight, August 3rd, 4th Division.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of the fight fans are coming off the high of the Errol Spence win, and they're looking for Terence Crawford to come and deliver. I know you guys been taking them very serious, been training extremely hard.
Of course, always.
Just what's training camp been? Very generic question, but
Training camp's been great. I was able to join the camp maybe about 3 weeks ago. So I had some problems, some injuries, and it kept me out over the past few fights and a few months, because people was asking me where I've been and was there any issues and what's going on. Well, I was down, I've been down for a few months with an injury and I wasn't able to perform my duties, but I've been back for about 3 weeks now. I'm on the up and up, everything is good, and we back rolling.
I know when it comes to the fights that Terence has acquired on his resume, it seems like the no-names, like the Sean Porters and Errol Spences, and from some of the perspectives, some boxing analysts, those fights kind of looked easy in a sense compared to some of the other fights, which maybe like a Mean Machine, very rough and tough. Fight fans didn't really give the credit. But is Madrimov kind of that same type of opponent where the fight fans are going to overlook, not really going to go off because he doesn't have that sexy promotion name, but is really a live dog in the fight?
Oh yeah, definitely. I ain't gonna say no fight is easy. I mean, we train extremely hard, and we train, to make fights look a certain way. Sean Porter was not easy. Errol was not easy. We just was very prepared for him and his style. You know what I mean? He's I still got love for him and Porter. They still great fighters, still, Hall of Fame caliber fighters. It just shows you the level that Terence is. You know what I mean? As far as Madrimov, we did have a rough time with Kavaliauskas. That's one thing that I actually learned from the Kavaliauskas fight personally, was you never underestimate anyone, because, before he fought Terence, he fought Ray Robinson and he didn't look good. I think he might have actually lost that fight. So, I kind of, me personally, I just kind of underestimated him just a little bit as far as like what we were going to do. So we prepared for everything, but just my mind was like, oh, we just going to steamroll this guy. And he came out and he had a heck of a performance. You know what I'm saying? We had to make adjustments and eventually get him up out of there. Madrimov is one of those type of guys, you don't have the name recognition. He's a world title. He has a world champion. He has a bunch of amateur fights. I think he's like an Asian champion and got some other accolades in the amateurs. He's very strong. He got very good footwork, very good shot selection, very good speed, very good rhythm. He does a lot of things well. I think that Terence just the guy to neutralize those things that he brings. But I got a lot of respect for Madrimov. The more that I watch him, the more that I pick up things that he's doing. Like, he does a lot of different tricky things in there. So we're definitely prepared. We definitely have worked hard, and we'll be ready August 3rd.
When it came to the Errol Spence fight, there's a lot of fighters that have game plans A, B, and C. But when you guys fought Errol, you guys took away his jab, and not saying that Errol was one-dimensional, but you kind of made him fight in a way where fight fans made him look or thought he was one-dimensional. Maybe like the Sean Porter fight, very complicated footwork, things like that. But once the timing came down, it kind of seemed that Terence has been great at making these guys look like they're one-dimensional. So when you look at Madrimov, is there a potential chance where fight fans will watch Terence disarm him slowly?
Yes.
And make him look kind of a one-dimensional fighter, but it's really not?
He's not one-dimensional. We got multi-dimensions to our game, and so does he. I just feel like we do things at a higher level. So I think that our class will show over time as the bout goes, and we'll come out with the victory. But Madrimov is no pushover, And he does, like I said, he does a lot of different things pretty well. So we're aware of it. We're aware of it, and he's trained by Joel Diaz, who's a hell of a trainer, and he's gonna be prepared. So we got to be ready too, and we're gonna be ready.
The big storyline where you see fighters go up in age. They make the assumption that Father Time would catch up. We've seen Bernard Hopkins beat that, George Foreman resurrects, Floyd Mayweather, the longevity, you know. So with Terence in this case, right? Without giving out like specific details of game plan, but what makes Terence be able to beat the Father Time and compete in a new division, an undefeated fighter, with a person who holds the belt, 200 plus amateurs, 10 years younger than him? Why is that? That doesn't play a factor with Terence.
Well, the thing about Terence, and I could talk about Terence all night, but he lives boxing. You know, he lives boxing outside of the ring. Not only, you know, we ain't fought in about a year. He's been in the gym. He's not ever left the gym for an extended period of time. He don't drink. He don't smoke. Hey, how are you? I think she's trying to throw me off. I think they sit there in here to throw me off. Look.
Am I throwing you off? Stop for both.
So, I mean, he lives the lifestyle. You know what I mean? That's the answer in short. You know what I mean? Don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't eat beef, he don't eat pork, he's not partying. I mean, he's with his family, he's in the gym, you know what I mean? Constantly getting better, constantly studying, as we all are. So, I mean, that's the short answer of it. I could talk about him all night, but, you know, he's not your typical 37-year-old fighter, you know what I mean? And he hasn't taken a lot of punishment in the ring, you know what I mean? So that attributes to the longevity. That's the same how Mayweather fought late in B-Hop. He fought very late. So, you know, it's just a, you know, testament to defense and testament to hitting and not getting hit. So, you know, that's what boxing is.
You know, not looking past Madrimov, I know that the ultimate fight is Crawford and Canelo. Dream fight, if that ever materialized. I know that Crawford got to spar Andre Ward in this camp to get him prepared for Madrimov. But really, when you think about it, it also got him prepared for Canelo too, would you say? So
no, I don't want to look ahead. You know what I mean? I don't want to look ahead to Canelo. That'll be another interview that we'll do. If that fight ever materializes, we got to get past Madrimov. You know what I mean? So once we do that, and then shit, next go around, annual interview, then we'll talk about Canelo. I don't want to disrespect Madrimov. I got all my sights, you know, as our team, we set on Madrimov, we set on August 3rd. So Canelo is something that's in the wind, and we'll see how that goes. But like I said, right now, Madrimov.
Well, with the sparring with Andre Ward, without getting details, I saw you were working mitts with him, you know, and what was that? Because the fight fans are sitting home like, that had to been crazy.
No, I mean, it was a mental chess game is what it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything that I could sit here and talk about. I won't go into no details, but Andre Ward is a very cerebral fighter. Terence Crawford is a very cerebral fighter. So it was more like a chess match. It was more like making each other think in there, and you need that. You know what I mean? You need those different types of sparring, different types of looks. You know what I mean? Andre Ward is about, 6'1", 6'2", very long, and he still got it. Like, he's still mentally sharp. Like, you know, it's like riding a bike for him. So, you know, it was very good to see. It was very good to be in there and witness something like that. You know, and I just been blessed to be able to see things like that. It was awesome experience.
When you watched it on the outside, you know, just on a technical aspect, was there things in there that kind of, you've seen a lot of sparring. Was that just a one of a kind? Was there things in there that you never seen each other really pull in the bag in the professionals, but they kind of pulled it in a tactical, cerebral? We've seen a little bit in the light sparring, just a little bit with the feints and the setups and just in 10 seconds.
It was good technical sparring. It was very good technical sparring. That's all I can really say. I don't want to. We gonna let that be an urban legend.
It is. I'm focused for the
so
fans.
yeah, I know. You know, that's your job to ask, and it's my job to answer the right way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was, like I said, it was a very good experience. I learned a lot from it. Bernie learned it. I mean, we all learned a lot from that sparring session. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows you a lot about Andre Ward. You know what I mean? He ain't been in the ring in however many years, and his mind is still sharp. So that's what I can give you. His mind is still sharp, and you know he still got it.
But how can we equivalent that? It's like when you got two true modern greats, and you know they share in the ring. It's like it's like I say, Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson, or something.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
Like Cornell and Floyd. I mean, this era's
But at the time, Floyd wasn't a great yet.
correct.
He was going to be a great. He was on
This
his
is
way.
true.
We got
True.
two established. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's the only difference. That's what I'm saying. Two
That's a
established.
huge. Well, that's a
two
huge
established
difference.
greats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not too far removed. Andre Ward just now 40. You know what I mean? But so not too far removed from their prime. And you know, just working and moving around. So I mean, just you know, like hey, that was good stuff.
It was good stuff. We're going to keep that an urban legend. You had to be there. You know what I'm saying?
It was highest level. It was Bobby Fischer and Spassky. You feel me? It was chess at the highest level. Yeah.
Were you guys silently watching, or were you kind of
Silent. Everything was
You can
silent.
hear a pin drop.
Everything you can hear a pin drop. And usually, yeah.
You can hear a rat piss on cotton in there.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, it was quiet, no music.
Yes.
And it was a good amount of people in there, and everybody was just quiet.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was just like, oh my God, like,
You watching
you
though.
can't believe that this is going on in the level that is going on.
The level that's going on.
Who was the bear witness? I know you two, Bo, Shakur.
I think Shakur watched on FaceTime.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
think
So
Julie
Shakur-
was in
Julie
there.
was there.
I think Julie FaceTimed and we watched from FaceTime.
Wow. So it was real. And so Steven
Yeah,
Nelson was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I think I saw a Facebook post. It was like 3 other people. It was like a Hispanic dude with like 2 or 3. I've been doing my research. I've been kind of. There was a couple more
A couple
guys.
people in there.
There was a few
It
people
wasn't
in
like
there.
like a closed session. It was just like regular, how like the gym usually be. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But everybody was
Just
tuned
everybody.
in. It was a treat.
And everyone knew. Put that phone away.
Dre was
Yeah.
a treat, man. Dre is such a good guy and such a, you know what I mean? He's such a good person, you know, and he's a good talker too. He's a good thinker too, you know what I mean? So just being around him was good.
Yeah,
Serious
definitely,
business, you know,
definitely.
from just his personality, his who he is as a man, his character, you know, it's just good stuff. I just love all that, you know, being with him. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, Dre is a good dude, man. Great boxing mind, you know. Virgil Hunter is one of the greatest trainers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So him coming from that school and bringing his knowledge and helping us as young trainers, he's the truth, man. I got a lot of love and respect for him.
And
Andre Ward.
he wasn't like ultra talented neither. He wasn't like you say like a Abdullah Mason, you know, like and they gonna project him, or a Boots, or you know somebody like that. He was just a workhorse type of guy, and he got better at time.
Yeah.
Andre Ward did. You know, you watch his story.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying, you know, and he was like in the streets a little and
Yeah.
out, you know what I mean? So that was pulling him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like I say, he wasn't just like this super talented like guy.
He was a
You
huge
know what I
underdog.
mean?
He was a gold medalist that was picked to lose Super 6, yet wins.
And I got to talk to him like I
Fought
say.
up heavier than his weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
should've
fought
been
at
65.
78. Should have been 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that says something right there too.
yeah, so like I say, just being with Dre Ward and actually when I got to thinking about it, I seen a lot of my story and his story. You know, except for he was able to make it out and come back, and I mean, you know what I mean? Because like when he told me, he said he made from the Olympic, he was like been out, he wasn't missing it, he was missing the tournaments because we was in the same class, so I didn't see him. You know, I seen a lot of names, but I didn't see him. Like I say, he came out of like a dark horse almost. He was there, but he wasn't there. He'd win something and disappear. You know what I mean? So like I say, then he came up and say, man, I got to get my life together. Got it together, and even when he turned, he wasn't no like blue chip prospect. Even though he was a gold medalist, he wasn't living up to that in the ring as his performances. You know what I mean? Like I say, he started with Edison Miranda and he took off. So shout out to Dre Ward.